record video, and I think we are good to go. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because I don't need Discord taking up the entire screen. Okie dokie. Okay, I think we're good. Right. So, welcome to the first Star Trek Adventure stream I have run. This is going to be interesting because I've never done this before. Usually, I'm just showing my incompetence when it comes to flying spaceships or airplanes. Um, Today, we're going to be looking at generating some captains for the Federation Space RPG, www.fed-space.com. Looking to make some captains for NPC starships. These are not going to be playable. They're going to be for use in missions, background, generally controlled by the GMs. Rather than do it the old-fashioned way, which is to look around the room and find two things that I normally would look for. So, for example, I could look at my thing and I'd think, there's a stuffed toy and Play-Doh. So I'd have Captain Stuffy Play-Doh, which is a terrible name. Or is it? I don't know. I'm going to be using the D20s, 2D20 system using the Star Trek Adventures book to find their species, their rank, their personal attributes. We might have time to generate a spaceship as well. And we'll see how it goes. So starting off, we've got the captain's logbook here. I went for let's make it, hang on. How do I do page scrolling? Fit one full page. There we go. I went for the Star Trek the original series background just because it's kind of psychedelic with the yellow, but also for my own personal use. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of. Oh, hi Miles. Going to be doing a lot of play in that era since it's generally an overlooked era when it comes to the RPG setting. Let's have a look. See what we got. We're going to scroll through. Oh, that's a lot of credits. That is a lot of credits right there. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the Space to Fun Frontier, the Universe of Possibility, or anything like that. We all really know what Star Trek is. We know the different series. We've got all of the series here. We've got Picard, Lower Decks, New Strange New Worlds, and Prodigy. As it says here, these were released during the development of the book. So was Picard, actually. So we're not going to see a lot about these specific 3 seasons here, but in time we will. Just not necessarily in this video or on this book. What's not necessarily annoying, but is interesting, is the Federation Space RPG is set during the timeline after Picard. It's currently set in 2403, so that's a year after the finale, the epilogue of the finale. So we're not going to see some of the cooler new Star Trek ships like the Constitution 3 or the Sagan class, which are both really nifty, cool, kind of cool designs. But if push comes to shove, the continuing mission people have got some really cool fan designs that you can use, and I'm sure we'll see designs for them come up on there in an unofficial capacity fairly soon. So we are going to skip all the way down. We don't need to do enough facts about Star Trek. These characters have some fun along the way. Not necessarily true if anyone's seen Balance of Terror. That's a fairly dark episode. In the Pale Moonlight, again, fairly dark episode. Mostly, as it says here, most often where high stakes danger and galaxy spanning events are used more frequently than day to day storylines, unless you watch DS9. Hopefully, though, we'll have some fun making this and we'll see what we're going. You'll ship your crew, rules to support your adventures. This one is kind of nifty, actually, because this is meant for first one player. It's rules light. It's based on narrative rather than being rules heavy or too crunchy. So I know some people are using this for their first introduction to people playing Star Trek Adventures. This will be something I might try with Sarah, see if she's interested in doing it, but we'll go from there. The character creation via life path. So you can actually, if you look here, you've got my captain's log character sheet over here. And you've got the environment, their hourly outlook, their education, their career length, and career events. So we will be filling this in to see how our captain will be. This is much like filling in a bio on FedSpace, except we're doing it by rolling dice rather than actually coming up with things. And there's nothing stopping people filling it. So you've got 1, 2, 3 big career events. And then you fill in the detail yourself. So I might actually try making a proper FedSpace bio using this and seeing what happens. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Moving swiftly onwards. I am scrolling down on the wrong page. There we go. it's a Constitution class. Society, primer on Star Trek technology. We can skip all of this. This is all really cool stuff. It's like a beginner's guide to Star Trek. You got like the emergency holograms, emergency hospitality program in case you need a bartender. Maybe have one of them on the Philadelphia. Hmm. Anyway, my ADD is showing. You got the impulse drive. Some of the pictures in this book are just amazing. Like the artists they've contracted or secured the rights for is just amazing. Era specific terminology is kind of cool. Sensors, shuttlecraft, time travel. Weapons. Oh, that looks. He doesn't look friendly. Transporter systems, and we keep on going. We keep on going. We keep on going. Prime directive. Eras of play. So we've got. This is Enterprise era between the founding of, from the First World Threat and the beginning of the 23rd century. We've got Federation and Empire. This is Star Trek, Discovery, the animated series, the original series, and the original series movies. This is the Lost era, which is between the beginning of Generations and the beginning of Next Generation. And then we've got sort of kind of the Lower Decks Picard era. And then we go past that, so you've got 27th century and beyond into Temporal Cold War. This could be interesting to play for people who are interested in time travel shenanigans, but we're going to ignore that for now. Maybe. We might come back to that later. 32nd centuries, last 3 seasons of Discovery. Admiralty campaigns, we're not doing that, but that would be interesting for later on. I know Eric Campbell of the Streampunks is doing an Admiralty campaign by himself and will be distributing missions to people on his Discord. Go check him out. Miles's grumpy DTI noises. Not now, later. Bad Fox. Deep space exploration, moving swiftly onwards, and we're going to keep skimming down. These are really cool ideas, like the Lost in Time, the Lost in Space, Voyager. That would be a cool one. You get lost in the past or in the future. That'd be a cool one. That's very Discovery-esque. Slice of Life, Spice of Life, rather. Slice of Life is an anime thing, I think. Moving through diplomatic, protection, security, science, basically everything. Station-based games, if you like DS9 or Babylon 5, that's great. I think that'd be boring, personally, but if you wanted to do, for example, something set like Starfleet Criminal Investigation Service and have your own version of Gibbs, that'd be kind of cool. The ships come to you and you deal with it. Unsanctioned missions, if you want to go off the books, everyone loves a good off the book mission. You could be vigilantes. I think we'd stay. I personally would stay away from the marquee. The line there is very blurred between the idea of freedom fighter and terrorist. But the Fenris Rangers, yeah, I would do that. I would definitely take the law into my own hands for a solo RPG. Kaplan F-17 Speed Freighter is always cool. That's the La Serena in Picard. Aha, here we go. Reporting for duty. Creating a character. Okay, so life path, the creation in play. We're going for the life path option just because that's the most in-depth. Creation in play is kind of something like you do when you're playing. I think you start and then your character develops as you go. This is kind of cool. Personally, on FedSpace, I think we use the life path to begin with, and then the character develops as you grow them. Preparing for duty, what you need. I have a character sheet. It's right here. I've got taking notes. I've got pen. I do not need a pencil because I've got this. Let's make sure this. Okay, cool. That does fit in. Sweet. Okay. Traits. So preparing for duty. Traits. Actually, what does trait do? Traits. Their species with potential for others. These traits are permanent, at least enduring. Elements of the character's nature are not handled. Okay. Cool. Okay. Attributes. Your character has 6 attributes embodying their physical and mental capabilities and tendencies. These attributes are control, daring, fitness, insight, presence, and reason. Each attribute has a rating with higher numbers reflecting greater ability. For humanoids, these attributes rate from 7 to 12, with 8 representing average capabilities. Okay, cool. Good to know. Being a 2D, the higher the number is better because you want to be rolling under those numbers when you're doing things. Control, self-control. Daring is bravery. Yep, bravery or, yeah, fitness, athleticism, and insight. Okay, so am I rolling that now? Oh, here we go. presence and reason. Oh, here we go. This is just telling me what we are. Okay, that's really handy actually. And we're moving through the disciplines. Here we go. These are what they can do. These are what they're good at. Is this bit of actually overlap? Each discipline is rated from 0 to 5, with each rating representing different level of training, expertise, and natural attribute aptitude. Your character will possess at least one in every discipline. That makes sense. Staff it provides extensive training and expects its officers to be able to do it. Or if playing a civilian or an officer from another polity, you'll also possess at least one in every discipline representing training your character received over the course of their existence. You can't have a 0 in anything. Okay. Like you can be an inept engineer with a rating of 1, but you're not going to be. What's an engine? Yep. So we know what these all do. Focus is. Focus is a short description of a skill, topic, or activity like values. Focus is open-ended. Catalog includes many suggested focuses and the accompanying matrices starting on matrices, starting on page 85. What page are we on now? 84, okay. I have 2 whole viewers. Each focus should be narrower than the 6 disciplines. Every character is changing, but they should not be so narrow as to never come up and play. There is no specific link. Okay, cool. Focus division. How many focuses do I get? I get 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 5. Um, okay, well we'll come back to that in a minute. There's a lot of these things. Okay. Values. When you create a value, create several short statements to describe their core beliefs and convictions. These are not simply opinions, but the fundamental structure of your character's morals, ethics, and behavior. They are the things that define who they are as a person, why they behave the way they do, and what drives them during the times of struggle or hardship. They're not static. People evolve and grow with their experience. In many cases, things that once felt like unshakable beliefs may begin to be seen differently as time passes. Interesting. So these can change. Okay. Make values understandable. That makes sense. Allow values to cause trouble. If you punch me, I punch back twice. Nice. I like that. Make them beneficial. I'm not sure that's a value. But anyway, that was the number one pilot stuff that I had. I'm not sure that's a value. Values matrix. And you can rewrite these. These are some samples. They're not necessarily brilliant, but yeah. A golden egg is under my care and keeping. Oh dear. Life path creation. Step 1, species. Okay, let's get going. So life path, starting points, +7 for each attribute, 1 for each discipline. Okay, so we're going to put 7 in all of these, just to begin with. And then species gives +1 to 3 attributes. Environment gives +1 to 1 attribute, +1 to 1 discipline, 1 value for the environment. Career length, oh, hang on. Early outlook, upbringing, caste, or aspiration, +3 to attributes, +1 to discipline, +1 to focus. Number 4, the education, +3 to attributes, +4 to disciplines, +1 to value, +3 for focuses. Oh, gives me 3 focuses. And then career length gives another value. Career events times 2. Okay. 1 attribute, 1 discipline, 1 focus, and then the finishing touches, +2 to attributes, +2 to discipline, +1 to value. Check and adjust. Maximum of 12 for a total of 56 points in attributes. Disciplines maximum of 5, total of 16 points. 4 values, 6 focuses. Choose name, pronouns, department, rank, assignment, and posting. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I have my 2d20. I did have my 2d20. Here they are. Right, let's go. Okay, so we're not gonna do. We know what era it's gonna be. It's gonna be the next generation era because this is specifically for the site I'm working on. So this is gonna be interesting. So what we got? We got Bajoran, Benzite, Binar, Cardassian, Changeling. Might have to re-roll that one if that's the case. Dupla, Hologram, Human, Jem'Hadar, Kazon, Liberated Borg, Lurian, Akampa, Pakled, Paradan. What's a Paradan? Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Sicarian, Sung-type Android, Talaxian, Temerian, or Zakdawn. Let's roll, see what we get. I need my 1d20, and we have a 2. We are a Benzite. He doesn't have a name yet, so we're going to put Benzite in here. Benzite gives us +1 control, +1 insight, +1 reason. Insight and +1 reason. Okay, that was easy. Benzite physiology gives this species skin a hairless blue to green complexion. The benzite skull has a thick protrusion that extends over the brow and nose, with 2 facial tendrils above the lip. It's Marduk from TNG. Or Marduk. Anyway, a benzite's average body temperature is several degrees lower than an average warm-blooded humanoid, though the benzites themselves are not cold-blooded. Until 2370, most benzites in Starfleet had trouble breathing a standard nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere and relied on breathing apparatus. I think they genetically alter them after 2370, which, if you know your Star Trek, it's an iffy situation to be in. Moving through these, we don't need these anymore. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Environment settings. Your character's environment grants them single value, 1 point in a single attribute, 1 point in a single discipline. Okay. In choosing a character's environment, you start from either its settings, such as a home world or colony, or its conditions, such as utopian, paradise, or a world at war. Each offers different storytelling prompts, but both provide the same. We're going to go for the setting, I think. So I've got my D20 again. Home world, busy colony, isolated colony, frontier colony, starship or starbase, or another species world. We have got an 11, an isolated colony. Isolated colony, which gives us a value. A character gains a value which reflects the environment and culture the character was raised in. Let's go for we can defend for ourselves. It's an isolated colony. They don't need help from anyone. Choose either reason or insight. Increase that attribute by 1. We're going to go for insight. Bring that back up. Bring that up to 9. Discipline. Choose one discipline. Science or choose one of engineering, science, or medicine. Increase. We're going to go for engineering. So now that's up to 2. Oops, not 21. That'd be crazy. And then we're not going to look at the conditions because we just did that one. Because it's neither or, right? From either its setting or its condition This would be an interesting one to do, though, if you don't really care what planet you use or you don't have a planet. Here we go. Upbringings. Step 3. Early outlook. Driving into their education career, your character formed an early outlook that shaped them in many ways. You may choose from 3 approaches of how to determine the impact of this outlook. First is select upbringing. The second, applying to Klingon characters or those raised in a Klingon household, is to select their caste and whether they accepted or rejected this expectation. The last option is to simply choose an aspiration which drove your character onto their journey. We're going to go for an upbringing. We're going to make this entirely random. Although the idea of creating a Klingon character, I may have to come back to that. So I've got my D20 again. We are rolling. We have a 19. Pick one or reroll. We're going to reroll. I'm not just going to pick one. 13. Artistic and creative. So our guy is an artist and an engineer, maybe. Attributes. If your character is set to upbringing, develop a greater understanding of their emotion and communication, increase their insight by 1 and their presence by 2. If your character rebels against this upbringing, the character is more inclined to action than to expression, increasing their daring by 1 and their fitness by 2. Now, there's actually a yes or no matrix in this system, which means if you don't like it or you want to roll an opposed check, you can roll a d6. I think its odds are yes, evens, or no, or the other way around. I'm going to do it the old 40k way, which is 1, 2, or 3. He rebels. On a 4, 5, for a 6, he accepts it. We have got a 2. He rebelled against it. He did not like that. He's a rebel against his early outlook, which increases his daring by 1. He's getting a bit bold, is this Benzite, and his fitness by 2. He does a lot of running, maybe. Does a lot of running. Disciplines. Hang on. Your character's ease with creativity and self-expression facilitates many pursuits, allowing your character to increase of either one command, engineering, or science. We're going to go into engineering here. We'll do another one in engineering. He's going to be an engineer. Your character gains a single focus that should relate to the character's preferred way of applying their skills: linguistic, music, observation, holo programming. That is as a single focus. You know what? We're going to say tinkering. Maybe his parents were sculptors. They worked with like power tools or something. Maybe they worked with metalwork, and he tinkered with the tools while they weren't looking. And then we don't need casts because we've done that agricultural cast. Aspirations. Here we go. What is my character's focus? It allows your character to define themselves differently than the other early Outlook options. Instead of choosing specific, no, can't do this. I've already done that. Step 4, education. Here we go. Some characters at the centre of a captain's log row have received their education at Starfleet Academy. Others may have received theirs on the streets of a busy commercial community, travelling among the stars, or within the societal structure of another civilization. Whatever form their education took, it will have contributed significantly to your captain's makeup as they begin their journey in Captain's Log, affecting their attributes, disciplines, values, and focuses. Let's choose one of the provided examples, select and one of the probability matrix on page 85, or choose one of your own making. Okay. Let your character's education first randomly determine its category. So I've got my D20 again. We've got Starfleet Academy, Allied military training, diplomatic training, or civilian training. We've rolled an 18. He's a civilian. Or they were a civilian. They had civilian training. As a graduate of the academy. Nope, he's not an academy graduate. Nope. Diplomatic. Civilian career training. Here we go. So that's this guy's training. It doesn't necessarily mean I say this guy. I don't know. I don't know what we've got here. We could have a woman. I don't know. We don't know what they. Yes, let's just use they. Continued. They may have joined Starfleet afterwards. They may have received a field commission. It might be an honorary title. This might not even be a Starfleet ship. We don't know. Little characters civilian training. Choose one of the types in the following metrics, or randomly select one by rolling a d20. Well, freight and transport, or a scientific or technical merchant would make sense, but let's find out. Maybe it'd be interesting if he's a physician. That'd be weird. We have a 9. Yeah. No, I'm going to re-roll that one. I don't like that one. I'm going to use my powers of this is mine to. He's not going to be a physician. That's silly. 4. No, you know what? We're going to scientific or technical expert just because civilian training. Scientific or technical expert. Nope. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Scientific or technical expert. You gain a single value which should reflect the character's beliefs developed during their studies. What else can we have here? Um, I think this guy's going to be. Yeah, great. He's Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. You gain 3 points, which may be divided among 2 or 3 attributes freely. Either one gets +2 and the other gets, or all 3 get +1. This is for attributes. Okay, so we're going to go for. Control's going to go up 1. Presence is going to go up 1. And reason is going to go up 1. Disciplines in science or engineering by 2, and 2 other disciplines by 1. So we'll put engineering to 5. Put science up to 2 and con up to 2. I figure he works in the engine room and he needs to at least know how to fly the ship. In addition, you may reduce one of your other disciplines by 1 and add that point to any discipline not already increased. Focuses. You select 3 focuses. Example, as quantum mechanics, subspace mechanics, temporal mechanics. Okay, so we're going to go. So with my focus here. So we've got warp field dynamics, I think you need astrophysics, thought before dynamics, and let's go with subspace mechanics. Guys, keep saying guy. Definitely got a bit of an engineer going on here. Step 5, career length. How long has my friend been a career? 1 to 6 novice, 7 to 13 experienced, 14 to 20 veteran. 2 novice. That actually works because for all we know, they could have been commissioned into Starfleet, and though they've been doing things for a long time, they've not been in Starfleet for a whole long time, so they might not get. Wait a minute, there we go. They might not get the whole rigmarole of this is how things are done. This is why they are done. So I can fix it. Naivety of some way. There we go. Unfamiliar with protocol. Steps of career events. Okay. Ooh. For characters that choose novice in step 5, assume these career events took place during the character's time in the academy or equivalent, perhaps during field training assignment aboard a starship. Your character has 2 defining career events, chosen or determined randomly. Each career event increases 1 attribute by 1, 1 discipline by 1, and gives your character 1 additional focus. Hmm. Okay. Cool. So let's roll. First one, we've got ship destroyed, death of a friend, lauded by another culture, negotiated a treaty, required to take command, encounter a truly alien being, serious injury, conflict with a hostile culture, mentored, transporter accident, dealt with the plague, betrayed ideals for a superior, called out their superior, new battle strategy, learned unique language, discovered an artifact, special commendation, solved an engineering crisis, breakthrough or invention, or first contact. Let's have a look. We've got a 2, death of a friend. Um, okay, and this brings us back to one attribute by 1, 1 discipline by 1. We're going to add that, and we are going to add insight or reason. Insight or reason. Let's hang on a minute. Actually, add 1 to insight. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can't actually just do that. That'd be cool though. Add 1 to insight disciplines. Your character from recovery increase their understanding of medicine by 1. Focus is add a focus reflecting the character's experience. It may represent a skill or pursuit the character takes. I won't rush again. Make it look like the guy did an experiment. He wasn't ready to go, and something went horribly wrong. And I got to roll again. Okay, so last one, last run, last career event. We have a 3, lauded by another culture. Okay. Maybe that's how he got into Starfleet. He saved someone, or maybe the friend didn't. Maybe the friend didn't die for. Oh, hang on. I've got to I'll figure out the culture later. Did you? Renown increases their presence by 1. Oh crap! I think their insight should now be 9. And their science goes up by 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll come back to the other species later. Focus is add a focus reflecting your character's experience with that culture. Focus X culture replacing X. It's a good example. We'll just put X culture. And I'll put that in italics, so I can't put it in italics. That's really upsetting. We'll come back to it. That finishing touches. 1 final value. This might reflect the career events ordered in step 6, or it may reply. Includes 2 attributes by 1 each. So we're going to go for. We're going to put control up at 10 because he learned his lesson. We're going to put reason up at 10. Increase 2 attributes by 1 each. We'll put science at 4, engineering at 6. Oh no, I can't have anything higher than 5. So let's go down to 5, and we'll put science at 5. Oh no, I can't have science at 5 because science was already at 3. We'll put medicine at 3. There we go. He learned first aid. I only have one with this discipline of 5. Your character's attributes added together should come to 56. 10, 20, 29, 38, 47, 55. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 39, 48, 56. There we go. Your character's total disciplines should be 16. 5, 7, 10, 5, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. Let's add another one to here. There we go, 16. You have 4 values and 6 focuses. 1, 2, 3. I'll come back to that one. Now, 4. Assignment. Yeah, what is our assignment? Well, he's probably going to be the captain. But of what ship? This is the lowest. So commanders, this is the lowest rank that the commander for a master may have. Not necessarily true. Yes, it's sort of true of this game, but on Fed Space we've had lower than that. How long have we been streaming for? 32 minutes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's roll a d6 and see what happens. Anything from Lieutenant Commander upwards. 1. Okay, so Lieutenant Commander it is. Let's put it as provisional. Actually, you know what? Let's make that field commission. There we go. Okay, that is 2 M's. Okay, so pronouns. We'll make it a him. I've been calling him a him for the whole time. Wait a minute. He doesn't have any traits. Focuses, disciplines, traits. Here we go. I think I get to pick this one, don't I? I don't think I get to roll for it. Okay, so we're going to come back to that one. Now, assignment. Let's come down here. Let's keep on scrolly. Character development, character conversion. Oh, that's kind of cool. Bringing characters from one campaign to another. Okay, anyway. Let's make him a starship. Okay, now we know it's got to be Picard, Prodigy, or Next Gen. So that makes things slightly easier to... Okay, so we've got Next Gen era, Picard era. Let's go with... Let's go with Picard era for now and see what we get, because in Picard we only see three designs of next gen era ships, and that's not including the Enterprise D, and that's the Nova class, the Defiant class, and the Steamrunner. Even then, we don't even see the Defiance up close. They're in like fleet formation, and that's it. So we'll go for the Picard era, and we'll see what happens. A Reliant would be perfect here. We have rolled a 4. Inquiry class. Okay. I'm going to scroll down here. Find our Inquiry class. Odyssey. Inquiry. Here we go. Right, okay, so we're starting off with 10 in comms, 10 in engines, 10 in structure, 10 in computers. Wait a minute. 11 in sensors, 10 in structure, 9 in weapons. That's an odd one. This thing's supposed to be a warship. Scale 5. It's big. It doesn't have a registry yet. We'll come up with that later. Departments. Con 2, security 2, engineering 2, science 2, science 3. Interesting. Medicine 2. Okay, so we've chosen our ship. Ship idiosyncrasies. If you're struggling to come up with a fun, unique idiosyncrasy for your ship, why do we need an idiosyncrasy? Is that like its trait? Let's come back to that. I really should read these things. Hmm. Okay, in that case, this is rank ship from less scale system ranks. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at the idiosyncrasy. This can probably be its trait. Number 14. The ship's main docking bay door doesn't quite open all the way. We'll put that down here. Consider a unique trait. Uh, and yes, legacy vessel, prototype, flagship, temporarily displaced. Borg systems, renowned warship, non-combatant, Frankenstein fleet. Ah, the Jaeger mission pod. You know what? Engineering ship. No, you know what? Let's go for system. He's testing something. Maybe he's testing the engine he broke. Starship talents. Starships can cause complications. Yes, they can. Starship can help characters score advantages. List of ship talents. Yeah, let's go to page 174 to roll for it. How many should I have? Blah, blah, blah. Talents may be chosen in advance. They can be up to their maximum. What's their maximum? Okay, how many talents am I allowed? Oh, a ship can have a number of talents equal to its scale, so I can have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's not a talent, that's an idiosyncrasy. So I'm going to put that in quotation marks. Okay, so first talent, we have number 9, advanced research facilities. And rolling again, we have 14, advanced transporters. It feels like they're testing a lot on this ship. Number 13, advanced shields. Advanced everything, but it's powered by a hamster in a wheel. 10, advanced sensor suites. And last one, because it's scale 5, we have 18. Backup EPS conduits. You want that. It's worth noting that this is a 3D20 thing. So you need a third D20, which you wouldn't actually need anywhere else. Assigning names and registries. Creating a starship during play. That is interesting. You can create a starship during play. The proving your starship rules are kind of cool too. And that's it. It needs a name. Let's go for USS. There we go. USS Montgomery Scott. Because it's an engineer. Hang on, no, you know what? No. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So USS Montgomery Scott. NCC. Let's very quickly jump to the Utopia Planitia source book. There we go. And we're going to find the inquiry class. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Can't see any of that. NCC 86500 and higher. Okay, so let's go back. 86501. There we go. Yeah. And now we have. I just need a benzo. Okay, hang on. Let's go. Star Trek name generator. Benzite. There we go. His name is Borgen. There we go. His name is Borgen. He is a Benzite. Lieutenant Commander Borgen. Trait systems testbed. Nope. That's interesting. These two are linked. If I have. Interesting. Okay, so the traits we'll have to worry about later. But no, there we go. And now we have the fleshings of a new character who may be a good guy. He may be an antagonist. He may be a supporting character. Ooh, he could be an antagonist. He could be an antagonist. He could be the chief engineer. Ooh. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that. He's just a dipshit from Chicago. No, everyone loves a dipshit from Chicago. Nobody likes this guy. He's a very good engineer, but he's not great at everything else. That's interesting because he's good enough at science and medicine to. This could be interesting. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to save this. I'm going to slap it on YouTube, and yeah, let's see what we can come up with this guy. Maybe later on we'll see what he does with people. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this on stream, thank you for coming. So he's Geordie if they didn't become friends with him. Yes, basically. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch everyone later.